Next time by.
Well, Jack Dawsey, I talked to him earlier. He said, Don, I want to get out to the front and I want to start putting cars down. 6 World Figure 8 Championships ride with Dawsey. The lights are out of the pace truck. The wait's over. 2006 World Figure 8 Championship. The richest in history is ready. Indianapolis, Indiana. Here comes the wild stuff you've waited for. The lights out. Shackelford, Ben Tunney are ready to go. Look for the green. Jonathan Bird looking for green, and there it is.
There's the green flag. Here we go.
And now there goes the fireworks. We blow it up. Shackelford on the move. Leads this field. There go the fireworks. The 2006 World Figure 8 Championships underway, and Jonathan Bird is called Staying Alive Early.
Staying alive early. Shackelford pulls out away from Ben Tunney by a car. McMurtry, Freddie Bear,
now there's
is
trouble.
fourth.
Zaransky's in trouble already up in turn 2. He's coasted right there around the corner. Zaransky, now Turner slows as well.
Their cars all move away. Already a lap down, Zaransky needs in Corey Turner. We've completed 2 laps. Here comes Jeff Shackelford. He's the leader after 2 laps.
Shackelford still leads this parade around. It's already getting tight now in turn 1, but we're smooth so far.
Already crossed over traffic. The leader will have to start navigating. It's Shackelford. Tunney.
In trouble. Norton, RJ Norton's got a problem. He's up in turn 2. Look out. Now, they thread back through. Danny Smith in there. Norton had a problem.
So did Ben
And
Tunney.
RJ Norton's going to the pits already. Norton's already back into the pit lane. RJ Norton has a problem.
We already see some of the competitors that were the alternates onto the track. Chris Green have made the field. Robbie Loving and now John LeBon makes it in. Look at this action. It's side by side for the lead.
And now here comes Fred Bear up on the high side. Freddie looks in behind Shackelford already. Now trouble. Mike St. John's involved in it.
Rodney Sizemore, Leonard Bash, and Chris Green.
And it's bottled up in one. Rodney's trying to get away. They're hung up.
The 88 world champion. Here comes the leader. He gets around. Bear is in 3rd, Dossey's in 4th. They get away.
And
Sizemore's got a right rear flat.
Rodney Sizemore has it go wrong way early now as he was crunched up. Rodney's trying to scamper away into pit lane.
Walker, so much action already happening here, but we still have Shackelford in the lead. Curtis McMurtry running 2nd, 94, Freddie Bear in 3rd. Give 4th to Dossie. Give 5th place to Wild Bill Tunney Jr. Bedell in the 11 is 6th place.
Curtis McMurtry running a smooth pace. Curtis already now ranked behind. Curtis checks up behind Shackelford. Freddie now tries to go up top. Freddie minding his business early here.
Look at this traffic, Don Walker. So many cars coming out of 2, streaming down the backstretch into turn number 3, and Danny Turner's off.
Now there's trouble again up in turn 3. 1, 2, 3 cars.
It's the runner-up from last year, Mark Harmon. Eddie Van Meter stuck. So is Tim the Toolman Taylor. Basham involved again, it appears. Another car as well. We're still green. Let's see what happens. Yes, the lead changed. McMurtry takes the lead. Freddie Bear in 2nd. Now Shackelford drops to 3rd.
Curtis McMurtry scampered through it. All he got around his teammate. There goes the 2002 World Figure 8 champ.
Freddie Bear takes the lead. Coming down to turn number 3. Fred Bear Jr., your new leader.
Freddie.
2nd McMurtry. Shackelford in 3rd.
Freddie had a big scamper there. He got around cleanly in turn 3. 11 laps are complete.
Oh! Tim Taylor did not see Rusty Stewart stop. His front end is oh, and Dossie runs into Stewart. Oh, and Tim Taylor, reliable. It's Mark Tunney. Greg gets involved. We are going under caution. That's a 6-car chain reaction crash.
And Cadillac Jack has been able to peel away from it. And we go red here on lap 12. Yellow, that is. Looking now for the leader. Freddie's the leader in 94. And the parking lot thins out. Taylor is not going to be able to walk away from that with a clean race car. Look to the pit lane. Boy, Bruce Tunney and Jack Dawsey could have had it all go real wrong real quick there.
Well, Don Walker, 4 minutes in, my voice is almost shot. All the action that happened in that first 4 minutes. Chris Green getting ready to take off from the track. He's got a locked up right front. The 94, Freddie Bear is your leader. Shown on the board, second is Curtis McMurtry. That is correct. Third place, let's give it to Jeff Shackelford in the 28. Fourth place, we don't know. We'll look back. I believe it's Bedell in the 11, but we'll take the top three. We know for sure with 5 minutes and 10 seconds complete.
Lucky Dog coming through around the pace truck.
When we look at the crash site, Don, that's Tim the Toolman Taylor, who was just involved about a corner beforehand. Doug Gregg had nowhere to go. He was an innocent bystander to that. Mark Gregg got rear-ended a couple times. It all started with the stalled car of the 357 Rusty Stewart, who was waiting for crossover traffic. So,
and there's Rodney Sizemore after that first turn skirmish. Rodney's got new tires and back out. Dawsey was very, very fortunate to be able to come through that. I mean, an eyelash from getting right into the back end of that crossover traffic there that has put out Taylor and Mark Tunney. It is rough, we know that, and for $30,000 more tension than ever this year. Bruce Tunney started 21st. That's where he started last year to win his third title. Now there is Eddie Van Meter. So Mark Tunney dodged a big bullet, and so did Dawsey there. It can all go wrong so quick. You work so hard. It literally can end at the snap of a finger.
all right, field is shown, 1 to go. We'll be going green next time by. The pace truck is off. We have the 94 Fred Bear Jr., your leader again. The one car is Curtis McMurtry. He runs second. Behind him, his stablemate, the 28 of Jeff Shackelford.
On the scoreboard, Freddie's got 18 laps in now. The green goes back out. Tom Ellis says go, and Curtis got inside Freddie on the start. Curtis got inside Freddie. Freddie says go right ahead. And now the race tries to thin out here. 19 laps. Curtis is not a bad guy to follow around here. Former world figure eight champ. Freddie says I'll watch you for a while.
Rodney Sizemore pulling off. Obviously not right. His car not right.
And now Bruce Tunney tries to slide in now. He's side by side towards the rear of the field with Greg Dawsey. Did lose some spots there, but he's still running without any damage in that melee with Timmy Taylor. Now it thins out. Jonathan, this has been a pretty smooth start, except for the Taylor skirmish.
A smooth restart. Mark Tunney getting through the crossover there. It is McMurtry in there. Jim Shackelford third. I have Bedell in fourth. Fifth place is the three. Oh, some crossover action there. Freddie Bear just gets by. Laval tries to come inside of the 28. McMurtry through the crossover again. Bear and Shackelford follow him. This field, there are so many cars. Crossover action immediately coming into play.
John Laval's mixing it up. The Floridian has came in as the 30th starter. There's been problems with some of the field early on. Laval's one of the first alternates out on the racetrack, is mixing it up early. Now Shackelford has got Freddie in his sights. Kevin Ford.
He'll be in.
And now Harmon looks. Harmon got Laval sideways, and John Laval spinning it around once in a while. This is fine with John Laval.
Oh, Mark Tunney, he's broken his left front with Artie Beware. Basham again, Corey Turner again. He hit Artie Beware very hard. Oh, and now the second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place, all in the battle, all in the melee. Mike St. John gets around to the field, is going to have to hit the marker tires so they will lose a lap, but I think second place is now Mike St. John because of this melee in turn number one.
Holy cow, look at that. I thought Freddie had seen that. Mark Tunney and Turner.
Mark Tunney, Artie Beware, Corey Turner, Freddie Bear all the way in. Oh, and now Leonard hits Laval. So even on the caution, the field cannot get through here. Freddie Bear off of the ground, his rear two wheels. And Shackelford's in that too.
And Shackelford's right tucked underneath Freddie's rear wing, and Freddie's out of the car. That may mean he knows it's over. All so quickly. Mark Tunney had looked like a steering brake. Turner was with him. And I thought Freddie was able to get around him, and it did not happen. And then Shackelford had nowhere to go. These corners are so stacked up early on there. And let's shake it out.
Don Walker, with 27 laps complete, we've completed 14 minutes of action so far. And the scoreboard shows Curtis McMurtry in the lead. Second place is the three-time world figure eight champion, Mike St. John. Third, we'll get it shuffled out. I'm going to give it unofficially to Jack Dossie Jr. in the 20, but we'll check that back. I believe Bruce Tunney may still be on the lead lap, and we're going to throw the red flag because the track is just too jumbled up, and we will go red for the first time in a while in world figure eight history.
Curtis McMurtry now, and look, Dossie dodged that bullet earlier, and he's moved up right there. Mike St. John's made service, and he's back out. Lights are out of the truck. Curtis McMurtry, Gary Bedell, and Wild Bill Tunney. Looking now. And we're green again. Tom Ellis lets him go. Curtis back on the gas. Dawson. Right time to make the move right there. Curtis McMurtry takes back off. Gary Bedell now has Bill Tunney jump in front of him. Bill Tunney jumped in front of Bedell. And Curtis set sail. This race got away from Curtis last year. He wanted it dearly. And now Bruce Tunney has scored second. Bruce is on the prowl again here tonight to defend the race champ.
A good restart for Bruce Tunney. He'll move up into the second position. Give third place to Gary Bedell. Right behind him's Wild Bill Tunney. Some action. Dale Shelton almost takes out in second place Bruce Tunney.
Bruce Tunney had a close call there. Now Bruce trying to get on the move. Dossie would be out of the scoring zero right there, even though he's second on the track. Dawson out of the lead scoring serial, though. That's Bruce Tunney second. Wild Bill Tunney trying to move up and tangle with Gary Bedell for third spot. Mark Harmon right there.
Oh, look out. Tom Slick Smith almost takes out the leader. Dossie wants to get his lap back. He's on the tail of the one car, McMurtry now.
Jack Dossie dodged the bullet earlier. And he is trying to get around Curtis. There he goes inside. Cadillac's got his lap back. Dossie now on the lead lap now. Curtis knew it, let him go. Curtis is a very smart race car driver here. Knew Dossie was down a lap, let him go.
Ben Tunney now also trying to keep on the lead lap. He's in front of McMurtry. He doesn't want to lose another lap. Crossover action, look out, 6 abreast.
Bruce Tunney's on the move though. Here comes Bruce, closing in on Curtis. Defending race champion, started 21st, but he's on the prowl here tonight.
Oh, look out, there's Shelton, there's Kevin Ford into the infield. Crossover incident there between Kevin Ford and the 58, and Eddie Van Meter almost averts disaster.
Now, find him again. Bruce get around Curtis. Had a pass on him up high, didn't work. 4. Spun it out, trying to climb the third turn. Look out now, Bruce Tunney's trying to get around McMurtry. Ford scampers back from pit lane. Dawsey's already had one close call too many. And Curtis McMurtry's got Bruce Tunney in tow. Gary Bedell.
Gary Bedell running third, Don Walker. But the battle is for the lead. Bruce Tunney, Curtis McMurtry. Oh, and through the crossover. If any of those two flinch, something's going to happen and going to have to give in the crossover. Oh, Basham hits the brakes. Lovey gets around him. Mark Harmon misses him. So crazy here. We completed 38 laps in his first 20 minutes of the 30th annual World Figure 8 Championship. Oh, how did Jack Dawsey miss Wild Bill Tunney Jr.?
Bill Tunney, normally wild and reckless early on. Dawsey dodged that bullet. Again, he almost got Mike St. John.
It's still Curtis McMurtry furiously passing cars. Oh, and this Winters! Oh, and he got inside. He's broken his right front. He hit the 55, the rookie Wayne Calkins. He's off. Artie Beware's off. There's fluid in turn number 3 now. And now, on the outside, coming out of Ford, there's a car. Basham, it gets in the way. Bruce Tunney will not take the lead. Give that lap to Curtis McMurtry. Here goes Bruce now on the inside. He's in the lead for the moment. They dive into the third quarter. Bruce Tunney, your new leader. A lead change with 20 minutes complete.
Bruce Tunney has gotten around in the race lead, our defending race champion. 42 laps complete. We're underway. And R.J. Norton is back on the racetrack. There he is, Norton. Down a bunch of laps, but he's back out on the racetrack, and now Bruce Tunney has cycled into the lead, defending race champ. Well, how about that scenario? Bruce said Don 21's a lucky number for me. He's been able to dodge some bullets tonight.
Yes, he has. Bruce Tunney really doing what he had to do last year, is to get to the front and try to set the pace so that he can run his race more than anybody else's race to have a shot to win this World Figure 8 Championship.
Freddie's back out on the racetrack, down several laps though, but he's got it to drive anyway. Now, watch Wayne Calkins there in 55. He's been in a near miss 3 or 4 times.
Watch out! They thread the needle. Harmon gets messed up.
And Dawsey and Bruce almost were in an 8-car pileup right there this time through. They looked.
Dawsey has been lapped again now and lost his lap to Bruce Tunney. But Dawsey's fighting it back. Here's through the crossover. Someone's got to give. It's Bruckler giving for the leaders.
Bruce Tunney, well, Dawsey does not have his car running the way he wants early on. He's trying to hang on with his driving skill, which has brought him 6 World Figure 8 titles tonight.
And we are yellow because of the 87 of John Laval. Yellow flag is out for the 87 of John Laval at 21 minutes and 55 seconds completed, 47 laps completed, and 94 Dawsey. Lots of guys head to the pits. There's Kevin Ford. The pace truck picks up, trying to find the leader. And Bruce Tunney, your leader. Second place is Curtis McMurtry. On third place, let's keep it at Gary Bedell in the third position.
Bruce Tunney, and they're trying to pick him up, and right there on cue he is. Well, Bruce Tunney all the way from 21st again to first. Well, Dawsey's car's not handling the way he wants, but he is hanging on there with grit and skill. He has been in some near misses tonight. As they continue to come on and off the track gate, there is Zaratsky back out from Seattle. Freddie's back out, down multiple laps though with that skirmish in turn 1. So now we look for the lights to go again. Bruce Tunney, Brian's right there with Kurt. Look out, somebody jumped out early. And we still go green. Oh, it's Seaman, Barefoot Billy.
Barefoot Billy enters the World Figure 8 Championship, and he causes a commotion. Just like that, we're green though. 1, 2 is for Bruce Tunney, and 1 Curtis McMurtry. They're nose to tail going into turn number 1.
Well, Curtis says, I'll follow you for a while now. Let's go through the field. There's Bedell. We know he's third. Bill Tunney.
And there's reliable Steve Frost. He spins out in front of the main of the field in turn number 2. The field gets by clean though, and we're still underway.
Liam locally here with Steve Frost. Now trouble, Bruce Tunney split him. Freddie got around there. That's Calkins at 55. Frost hanging on. Didn't go to the pit lane. And now Bruce Tunney gets right in the rhythm that he likes. Bruce Tunney threads the eye of the needle, and Curtis is right with him.
That was close for the leaders. They've got this entire field to get through at the crossover. McMurtry does it okay. He comes through fast. Bedell almost takes out half the field in his third running spot. Oh, there's a leader almost taken out by Doug Gregg.
Doug Gregg quietly staying right in the top 10. We've seen that play out this year where Greg's been there at the end. Look up and there he is. Bruce. Look out again.
Oh, Billy, Jerry Newkirk, get together. They keep going though. It was a slow speed hit. Barefoot Billy has a right front problem. He'll be off.
Billy Seaman trying to get out of harm's way to the pit lane. Now, fine North-Double's got it all there. And he starts to stretch it out.
He's pulled out to a nice 8-car length advantage, and we are yellow because Barefoot Billy cannot get off the track with his broken right front suspension. So we'll go caution now here with 58 laps complete, 25 and 40 seconds complete as well in this 3-hour contest, and the pace truck picks up the leader. So much action already, Don Walker, but we know for sure the top 3 are Tunney, McMurtry, and Bedell. Well,
this race does not thin out with the alternate, so the track is staying full, and that moves for lots of possible problems. Ready to go here as soon as Seaman comes off the racetrack. Well, Mr. Calm, Bruce Tunney, our defending race champion, 04-05 Bruce. We'll head him right back down into turn 1. Calkins right there. There's the 31. It's Tommy Smith. He still had a good run early. And there is Dawsey. Dawsey has had close calls tonight, but he's still there. Here we go, lights are out. Well, will Curtis try to jump through? We're just 30 minutes into this race.
All right, Don Walker, green flag flies again for the 4 and the 1. It's Bruce Tunney, Curtis McMurtry, and Gary Bedell running 1, 2, 3 on the track.
And now Curtis let Bruce go again. Bruce takes back off. There's Bedell. Let's find Wild Bill Tunney right there.
Oh, big crash in turn number 2. Mark Harmon is backwards.
And Dawsey's been involved in that. Cadillac Jack got in that skirmish with Harmon, and there goes the 6-time World Figure 8 winner to the pits, and that's serious trouble. That's how it all can go wrong. We've talked about it all week. Dawsey all of a sudden up in smoke, And he's off in the pit lane, and he's got serious damage.
Well, Don, cautions do seem to breed cautions, especially this World Figure 8 Championship. As the rear of the field causes so many bumps, they get bunched up, and then the crossover becomes so huge. Freddie Bear's still running, though. He was up on 2 wheels, Don Walker.
Study really good, though, now. Has Curtis with him. Can't mouse Freddie, may have pulled it off. Freddie trying to cycle back in, or is he going to park it?
Cycle back in, though. By completing lap 66 now is Bruce Tunney. McMurtry stays right on his tail. I think these two cars, given nothing happening going wrong the rest of the night, such a...
Oh!
Rusty Stewart plows into the 12 of Marquis. He didn't see him at all.
Now.
And he's just waving, and we go in yellow.
Bruce Tunney.
Where's the leader? Is he okay? Dossie back out on the track, Don Walker.
Well, that's unbelievable. Dossie's back out. Look at that. More sheet metal damage than anything, but Dossie's back out. We'll have to check the laps. Stewart and Eads are not okay. Tell you what, folks, it's rough and it's tough. Biggest stakes ever in the racetrack's history tonight. Again, hard to believe Freddie's back off to the pits. Dossie was able to go to the pit lane. Looked like crowbars, moving some sheet metal, and he's still alive.
Man, cautions breed cautions, and these cars, they are battling hard. Wild Bill Tunney Jr., Doug Gregg. I stand officially, I've got to be near the 4th and 5th positions behind the 4 of Bruce Tunney, the 1 of Curtis McMurtry, and the 11 of Gary Bedell. David Lee Bird, just getting ready to say that, Don. He makes his first appearance in tonight's World Figure 8 Championship.
The wild thing here locally, as we know him, it is an experience to be here in this race, folks. You see how breathtaking, how dangerous it is. These guys rely on their skill and their savvy, and I would underline courage. Bruce Tunney has won this race the last 2 years, and he is now poised to go again. Lights are out of the truck.
Tommy Ellis shows the field, 1 to go. We'll go green next time. Bye.
Dossie jumped back out, so Cadillac Jack had more time. I'm guessing that's a lot of sheet metal work.
And Tommy throws the green. We are resumed back here at the World Championship.
R.J. Norton's got a nervous race car, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
Not went good for R.J. here tonight. Now McMurtry side by side up top. Bruce Tunney. Well, Bruce is going to let him go, it looks like, in turn 1, because there goes Curtis.
Side by side, going into corner number 1. Bruce isn't going to give up the spot as he'll try the outside line. Now he'll tuck back in behind McMurtry. Bedell stays right there between him and R.J. Norton, but he's moving around. Curtis McMurtry, your new leader again.
Well, Bruce Tunney says that's fine, as DLB had to make a U-turn quick. Wild thing almost got real wild right there. Heads up prevailed, though. Now Bedell's right there with him. There's Bedell, there's Bill Tunney, and Doug Gregg.
Bruce goes inside to retake the advantage, coming off of 4. Bruce Tunney, a new lap leader here at the World Figure 8 Championship, resumes the lead.
Gary Bedell is sticking good right there in the 11. Gary Bedell, fantastic run thus far early. 78 times. And now Curtis has to zigzag. Boy, was that ever close right there, folks. 1, 2, 3 times. That was almost a big parking lot wreck. Norton trying to stay alive, trying to find some laps he lost.
Bruce Tunney, though, pulls out to about a 4-car length lead. Oh, look out! Freddie Bear, Eddie Van Meter, R.J. Norton, all avoid contact there.
Now Dossie is backing up again. Cadillac is not on the move after that incident. 15 laps down. Cadillac. Fine. Bruce Tunney again still splits him around turn 2. 2-3 cars off the pace now. Bruce has to be careful. Curtis and Gary Bedell. Now Shackelford's back out. Shack, as Freddie has to play stop and go. Bruce Tunney trying to get inside that. Boy, it's all on Bruce's way here.
Bruce now has about 2 cars in between him and second place Curtis McMurtry. 94 Freddie Berry is right behind the leader. He has a little bit of a smoke issue there. Bruce Tunney, your leader, second place Curtis McMurtry, third place Bedell. Let's give fourth place to Wild Bill Tunney Jr.
Wild Bill silently moved up here. 2003 winner, Bruce Tunney. Bruce has had it go his way here. As Curtis tries to hold off Gary Bedell. Bill Tunney solid. Look out, Doug Gregg almost won.
Oh, Jerry Newkirk, Seth Calkins, Wayne Calkins, Eddie Van Meter gets clipped. Oh, Tom Smith just T-boned Charlie Hargraves. He was running in 6th place. He'll pull away okay. It looks like nothing wrong with his machine. We'll keep going here. Green as Eddie Van Meter, R.C. Rigdon, Charlie Hargraves. All stopped, and the yellow is thrown at lap 84. 2 hours and 21 minutes to go. The yellow comes out for at least the 6th time.
I think Gary Bedell still could be 3rd and Bill Tunney 4th. And Doug Gregg 5th. Now, looking, Bruce Tunney's ready to go. Lights are out of the truck. That's symbolic. Are we ready to go green here?
All right, we'll restart on lap 89. There'll be 88 laps complete as they cross the stripe, and the green is out again in the World Championship.
Mike St. John's down laps. He's trying to get one back. He's going to have his hands full, though. His stablemate right there, Curtis. Shackelford came back out. Let's see if he still remains. I don't see him. He must have took back to the pit lane. Tell you what, Gary Bedell and Doug Gregg are very, very solid early on here. Now trouble again. Leonard Masham was off the race course.
Here comes the crossover for the leaders now. Bruce will have to battle now. After lap number 90, Bruce Tunney now. Crossover traffic to worry about.
Now he's got Mike St. John dogging him down because Mike wants his lap back. Mike's a 3-time winner. He knows what it takes.
Larry Hahn, 24, onto the track for the first time in the World Figure 8 Championship.
Larry's our local stock class winner in 06. Oh, look out. That was Stewart and Nelson.
And Tom Slick Smith, the California champion. Again, in a little bit of a bind, he's able to back up and resume. So he'll lose another lap, though. He was running in the top 10 at the time of that accident. Nelson is moving. 357, Rusty Stewart is moving. All cars resume underway, and we are still green. Mike St. John in the mayhem gets his lap back, one of his laps back.
Bruce Tunney still waiting here.
And now the top 4 run 1, 2, 3, and 4. As Bill Tunney Jr. has cleared some lap traffic. And now it is Bruce Tunney. It's Curtis McMurtry. It's Gary Bedell. And it's Wild Bill Tunney Jr.
Gary Bedell has not went anywhere from that 3rd place spot. Wild Bill Tunney and Gregg. Those guys have been solid and also have missed the melees here in the first hour. Very, very strong pace here, Bruce Tunney.
Bruce diving underneath Robbie Loving now.
96 laps now for Bruce, this time in 2 hours and 17 minutes tonight. Hawkins has been out there in the 55. Hawkins getting the experience of a lifetime. Corey and Mike St. John almost get DOB.
And still, McMurtry on the bumper of Bruce. Bruce has to check up just a little bit. DLB almost takes out R.J. Norton. Doug Gregg misses everything too, but loses a ton of time on the racetrack.
Boy, didn't Doug Gregg ever have to drive sideways to miss that. Now, Nelson sideways. Tunney went 490 last year, 486 in 04.
On the pace of this race, where we've had a red flag, we've had a lot of cautions in the first hour. Unless things change, I don't really see 490 laps again tonight, but you never know, as everything can change just like that in the World Figure 8 Championship.
Bruce Tunney hopes it will not change as he still continues to lead. Well, Curtis McMurtry has settled in and rode second for a long time. Curtis, more patience. He had it go wrong last year. Mid-race. And now, Bruce Tunney still looks in turn 3 and 4 again. 101 laps, 101 for Bruce. Curtis McMurtry now. Nathan Whitney. Bruce is putting on a show here now again. Defending race champion. Slides right in. Gary Vidal and Doug Gregg still right there with Wild Bill Tunney. Bill Tunney likes where he is tonight.
And he's on the lead lap is where he is, of course. Right behind the third place car, Gary Vidal. Right behind the 11. Oh, the leader spins out! The leader's backwards! Vidal gets around him. McMurtry gets around him. Tunney gets around him. We have a new leader, ladies and gentlemen. Who's it going to be at the stripe? Gary Vidal, your new leader in the World Figure 8 Championship. Mayhem ensuing. Kevin Ford is backwards. Mike St. John goes the wrong way. Mark Harmon is stalled. What's going to happen?
Now, Doug Gregg almost got in trouble there. Bruce says, let me through. Gary Vidal's went to the lead now. 2 hours, 14 minutes left. They'll find out that Bruce will...
Oh, the leader almost gets hit by Kevin Ford. Unbelievable.
Bruce Tunney trying to scamper back. Did he lose a lap, John?
No, he did not. I believe he's still on the lead lap. As we see Vidal, he completes lap 106, second place. The one car, Curtis McMurtry. There's the wild one. Wild Bill Tunney Jr., he's in third. Fourth place, in on the lead lap. There's Bruce Tunney. He's still in good shape. Still a long way to go.
Now Bruce is hung up in the crossover, got through. Vidal almost slapped him right there in the quarter panel. Gary Vidal almost got Bruce in the quarter panel. Way too close for comfort.
Unofficially in fifth place is the three-time world champion. Oh, as I talk about him, he hits the rookie from Florida, Mike St. John, and Wayne Calkins. He keeps going, though. But Calkins now resting up against the 8 of Artie Beware and the 50 of Kevin Ford. Artie's going backwards, right for the leader. Side by side, McMurtry. Here's Wild Bill. Here's Dossie trying to get a lap back.
Bill Tunney Jr. trying to stay alive as Gary Vidal cycles through in turn 1 now again. Bill Tunney Jr. trying to close in on him. Bill Tunney Jr.'s fast now, trying to get around Vidal up top.
Bill Tunney Jr. on the second place position. Gary Vidal the leader.
Nelson is slowed now. They have to swerve off. 55 Calkins is off. Doug Gregg had a cough on him. Doug Gregg now behind Wild Bill Tunney. He's right around Gary Vidal. Curtis is third.
Wild Don Walker, such amazing action there. Those last 4 laps, that sequence plays out. Maybe things get a little bit settled now. These drivers can find a rhythm and run a nice, clean, green flag cycle here for a while and race their way around this figure 8 circuit.
Looking now, Doug Gregg still in a good spot here. We're nearing 2 hours left. And Gary Vidal is in front of Bruce Tunney after Bruce had that spin in turn 3. But Bruce is back on the move. Look at him. Bruce Tunney, I look at him. He's on a house mission right there. Look at him roll. Bruce Tunney is mad. Well, I think what he is, because he is beginning to pick it up.
And now, looking at turn 4, Wild Bill Tunney Jr. tries to make a move on the leader.
2 guys that drive it a little bit differently. Gary Vidal, finesse, Wild Bill Tunney, a lot of muscle.
Look who's behind the leader. It's Cadillac Jack. He's going to try to get one of his laps back.
Dossie's got to pull out, nothing to lose now as he's down multiple laps in the scoring. Vidal. Gary Vidal won the Jenks 150 here earlier in June, and he's looking fantastic here tonight.
And now Dale Shelton and Tom Winters get hooked up with each other, and Oh, second and third place, Wild Bill Tunney. Sorry, Don Walker, but that was crazy. Curtis and him keep running, going strong.
Bill Tunney almost bought the farm that time. Look out now, nearing 2 hours remaining, and still, Gary Bedell, his time to shine here. Gary Bedell's car has been fantastic, and so has Curtis. You know, maybe it's not too bad to ride 10 car lengths back, so you do have some time to maneuver around here. Look out, there's trouble again. Rigdon's in it.
Tom Slick Smith in that as well.
Now, Gary Bedell still. Dawsey's frantically trying to stay on that level of Bedell. Dawsey looked inside, pushing the envelope hard tonight.
Bedell has pulled out to a nice advantage. Dawsey goes around Bedell, and that is getting one of his mini laps down back. And now Bedell has about half a straightaway advantage over the number 3 of Wild Bill Tunney Jr. Curtis McMurtry third. Give fourth place to Bruce Tunney. He's back there, but he has only 2 cars in between him and third place McMurtry.
Gary Bedell's beginning to stretch it out. That's the biggest lead we've seen all night from anybody. You know it doesn't really make much difference as we've seen a snap of the finger take out. A lot of guys are like, Bruce was in that spin. Dawsey's had his problem. Shackelford was out. Now we're nearing the 2-hour mark officially here in what, 120 laps?
That's right, Don. 2 hours, 9 minutes remaining. 121 laps have now been completed on the board. Gary Bedell pushing hard. He knows that this is not an endurance race. Oh, looky there.
Curtis had all kinds of problems. Hope he had ceramic brake pads there because he needed them. Is beginning to pull away. Look at him.
Here comes Bruce Tunney now, gaining on third place McMurtry very quickly now. He has just 1 car and about 3 car lengths to get to the third place machine. Oh, trouble in turn number 4. It's Dawsey, it's Tom Smith, Larry Hahn, 1 other car involved. And we are cautioned again at the World Figure 8 Championship.
Dawsey may have won it 1 time too many tonight. He's up there with Rigdon and Hahn.
That could be Kevin Ford, Don Walker. Can't quite see from our vantage point, but it wouldn't surprise me as Ford has been involved in numerous altercations this evening.
Well, unfortunately, it involves Dawsey again. That paint stinks clear.
Now, Don Walker, I think that Mike St. John, he is in 5th place, I believe, and with this caution, I believe he'll be very close to being perhaps on the lead lap. We'll get the official score from official Speedrome scorer Rose Krimble. It was the 357 of Rusty Stewart who was the 4th car involved in that accident.
Well, Dawsey may have it all come to an end here with this.
And the California driver Tom Smith, who was running definitely in the top 10, is in the wall. Maybe he could get out of this thing if Dawsey's car could just get moved. I can't tell how bad the right front is hurt over there in the exit of turn number 4.
Tires and fuel in the strategy here tonight. Yes, you can dart into the pit lane for tires. You can dart into the pit lane for fuel. We've seen Bruce Tunney go 200 laps last Sunday night. Didn't have a lot left on those tires, so we'll watch. And Dawsey's back. Cadillac Jack. I tell you what, boy, Dawsey's like a junkyard dog tonight. He's been in a lot of fights, but back out on the racetrack. Bill Tunney may be the happiest guy out here right now. Lights are out. Bill Tunney in the lead now after this yellow caution. Bedell. Bruce got around Curtis. I thought that was coming anyway, even before that pile up right in front of him. Bruce's car is beginning to come right back in after that spin out 30 laps ago. Under 2 hours now officially. 141 laps. Bill Tunney, he's not going to have no part of that, I'll guarantee it. Tunney Jr. getting him lap 151. And he's looking fantastic here. Bill Tunney's had that car come in tonight, and it's coming good. Look at him. Bill Tunney's not afraid of that traffic, is he?
He is not. Still, man with no fear. Oh, it's Dossie! Oh, he almost gets into Mike St. John.
Dossie's been way, way, way off his rhythm.
Shelton hits the front stretch wall here at the track. He was in a really odd angle to try to make that corner. His left front is most likely gone. But he is okay. But we'll keep it green here. Oh, Dossie almost gets into the leader that time. Oh, and right in front of first and second. Wow, Wild Bill makes a hard charge in the infield underneath the middle marker tire, which is not part of the course.
Here comes Bruce Tunney, gained about a second on him real quick. Now Craig's back on the racetrack. Craig's back out. But that rear bumper's off too.
About 6 or 7 laps down at this point is Doug Gregg.
Well, let's find him again. Bill Tunney and his brother. Right behind him, Mike St. John pick right in there, trying to grab a lap back. Whoa, Artie beware. Artie almost beware to the wall down there in turn 3.
Wild Bill having to get through. Donnie Garrigus, they touch a little bit in that third corner. Clearing the traffic now. A little bit of open road is ahead of the leader, Bruce, while Wild Bill Tunney with Bruce Tunney behind him.
Wild Bill Tunney having it his way now. 1 hour.
50 minutes, 1 hour and 50 minutes to go. Rusty Stewart now stuck in the off-track gate.
Rusty Stewart's hung up down in the off-track gate.
And we are under yellow because of the unsafe position that the 357 Rusty Stewart has caused since the off-track gate is part of the race course here on lap 168. We've completed 167 with 1 hour and 50 minutes to go. The pace truck will have to pick up the leader as he comes around turn number 4. That'll be Wild Bill Tunney Jr.
Dossie is still right there, down multiple laps on the race course. Now Billy Tunney started 9th tonight. Bill Tunney started 9th and he's moved to 1st. Gary Bedell is 3rd behind Bruce Tunney. Well, Curtis McMurtry is still solid there. That would be 4th, I believe. Gives these cars a chance to catch their breath, so to speak, and the drivers a little bit of a breather before this all breaks out again. $30,000 are on the table tonight. Our biggest payday ever of our great race here in 2006. Before a sellout crowd here in Indianapolis, Indiana tonight.
And Tommy Ellis once again shows the field that we'll be resuming action next time by. You want to get back in your seat for this restart, ladies and gentlemen, as it's going to be wild. As Wild Bill Tunney Jr. will be your leader. And second place, the 4T of Bruce Tunney, right on his tail. As slow restarts. As Mike St. John will want to make sure to get his lap back. We're green again, and here we go.
Tunney's back on the gas. Here comes Bruce, stays away from that first turn trouble. That's one way to stay away from it every time. Get up high. Nearing the 1 hour, 30-minute mark. That would be halfway. Still, Bill Tunney goes to the throttle. Mike St. John knows he needs that lap back.
And now we see Curtis McMurtry get around the 11 of Gary Bedell. So Curtis McMurtry in third position now.
Gary Vidal doesn't have quite the bite he had earlier. That's still a solid run the first hour and a half of this race.
While Bill Tiny Jr. has clean and green racetrack in front of him, at least for now. Barefoot Billy out there next to the fourth place machine of Vidal.
Mike St. John, Freddie's off back to the pit. Freddie's back out to the pit lane. Mike St. John would love to have that lap back.
And Dossie spins out half the field. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars involved. It's Doug Gregg, Kevin Ford, Steve Frost. 2 other cars that bounce off of him.
Jack Dossie's in trouble again.
Can those cars get refired?
Tunney went by again. Laps go. Dawson sitting.
Here goes Greg. He's got the fire moving now. Can Dossie get moving again? Let's look at the leader. They passed that carnage by. Wild Bill still has the lead. Second place, Bruce Tunney, 2 cars behind him.
Dossie's trying to pull it away.
I think Dossie has some suspension damage. Probably he can't seem to turn the car to the right. And we'll throw the caution again. Don Walker, these cautions are begetting cautions. And we are back under yellow here at the World Figure 8 Championship. On lap 183 complete. The leader now completing lap 184.
Well, I would hate to dash the hopes of all the Dossie fans, but that probably will be all she wrote as far as a 7th win here tonight. And Doug Gregg lost more laps too. And now they all scamper around. Ford's back. Kevin Ford back out, and here comes 3 more. 3 go off, 3 come on. Cadillac Jack off power up in turn 1. And now we look, it's Dossie, they're going to give him the hook. Mike St. John has made a pit stop, so he would have more fuel on board.
If they put fuel in the machine, but we don't know that.
Well, there he is, folks, a guy that's won 6 times here in this great race. Let him hear you tonight, Indianapolis, Indiana. Dossie, that may be the final tow of the night for him.
I know his guys have put in so many hours this week to get that car ready for the big event, his return to the World Figure 8 Championship. Dossie heading off the track for what could be the final time tonight.
All the last 2 or 3 weeks, everybody says, Don, Jack's gonna win this race. He's a lock to win it. I say no way, because you've seen what's happened tonight. There's been one problem after another. Dossie's dodged 2 or 3 besides the 5 or 6 that he was in. And that's probably all she wrote tonight as he's back in the pit lane on the wrecker. Bill Tunney on the gas, green's out.
Green, 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 here we go.
Don't have to tell Bill Tunney Jr. to get on the gas around here. 28 times he starts his 28th World Figure 8 Championship start. Bruce Tunney's after him. Bruce Tunney got around Mikey St. John, so there's nobody in between him and his brother. We've seen this so many years throughout the racetrack history. Bill, Bruce.
Vidal back around the 1 car. McMurtry now. Gary Vidal in 3rd place.
Bruce Tunney looks like he's a little bit quicker now all of a sudden on this restart. Watch it. Brothers, yeah. Gloves off. All bets off. World Figure 8 Championship Saturday night at $30,000.
Oh! Rusty Stewart, Billy Zeman almost caused Rod Proctor a real problem with the crossover there.
Look at Bruce Tunney now. Look, he's caught his brother. Now he's going to try and find a way around him. Now these guys have led so many laps here. Bill Tunney Jr. Most laps led trouble again up in turn 2.
Barefoot Billy around again. Here goes Fidel. He gets around Wild Bill, but he has hit the brakes. I think he may have some damage. He can't get his car to turn. Who's in the lead? I see Curtis McMurtry in your lead now. Second place, Wild Bill. Third place, Bruce. Oh, he goes inside his brother Bill. And Bruce second again now.
Gary Bedell is off the racetrack.
Unbelievable, and there is a big trail around the track here in the south end.
Wild Bill Tunney still able to hang on. Bruce Tunney got around him, though. Bruce is up in turn 4.
We are cautioned, and we are at caution again. The 28 of Jeff Shackelford may be, and he is the guilty culprit with his race car leaking fluid onto the surface of the track. Mike St. John has got his lap back. He has gotten around the 1 of Curtis McMurtry. Second place, the 4, and looks like Bill Tunney Jr. is going to go onto the pits. He's going to make his pit stop.
Bill Tunney's back in the pit lane. What it's for, we don't know, but it's probably for fuel and gas. There goes Harmon. He's off. Looking.
Dawkins is off.
Bill Tunney is scampered back into pit lane. Gary Bedell, who was in that skirmish, he's back. He's got a problem for sure. Gary's back into pit lane.
Now let's see how many laps is it going to take for Bill Tunney Jr. to get fuel and tires.
There is Wild Bill Tunney. Right there, I see the orange and yellow Tunney colors.
You are right. There's Wild Bill, losing only 1 lap at his pit stop. He made a good choice to come in during this lengthy caution.
Now Bill Tunney has fuel and tires, so watch him go to work.
Word from the pit lane is two rear tires and fuel 4 to 3T.
Well, Bill Tunney may be poised for the last hour and a half of this race now with fresh tires, and he does not have to wean back on fuel the rest of the way out. So now, when will Bruce Tunney go to the pit lane is the question.
He'll have to make it within the next half an hour, most likely. Doug Gregg back on track now after a lengthy stop.
Doug Gregg's hope for a win tonight have went out the window as well after a good first 60 minutes. Let's find Mike St. John. He was the lucky dog, so Mike St. John starting to march up to the lead again.
And can you believe it? A man who's not raced at all this year, and maybe even the last 2 years, Don Walker, very rarely gets into a race car, but couldn't turn down the offer to race for CJ Rayburn. He raced in that Rayburn chassis. He is in 3rd place behind the top 2 who run 1-2 on track. It's the 1 of Curtis McMurtry and the 4T of Bruce Tunney.
Wild Bill Tunney's in great shape now. He's in great shape, fresh sticker tires and the fuel. Let's watch him. Bill Tunney sets in better shape than anybody, though Mike St. John stopped earlier as well. Bill Tunney's got fresh tires now. Let's watch all the speed. Look out, he almost got pushed right up into the corner.
We're back underway now.
Curtis jumps into turn 1.
Curtis inside now, Bruce on the outside. Bruce will follow in suit and follow McMurtry into corner number 3.
It's McMurtry, former World Figure 8 champion here in 02, takes off. And now there's trouble. Marty in turn 4. Is Bill Tunney?
Is that Bill?
And Bill Tunney in
Bill
trouble.
Tunney. He gets a refire though.
Bill Tunney almost had it all go wrong there as the cars pile up on him.
And that's the trouble with your pit stop. You have to go to the rear of the field, and that's where all the problems can happen.
It can happen to anybody. He's back on it. Didn't lose any laps.
But now the leader's only a straightaway behind him.
Tunney cycling around inside now as he comes around behind Curtis. Now they show Mike St. John. He has moved all the way to 2nd. Strategy now 3rd, checking St. John. Mike St. John's got a good run going here. Could he turn back the clock?
Here comes Bruce. Curtis had it checked up. They're side by side the north end. Curtis is able to keep going though with the momentum.
Curtis doesn't want to throw it away early. If Bruce wants to go around, I'm sure he's fine with that.
We're looking for 3rd place. St. John as the crossover gets crazy. Now, Bruce almost gets the inside. He is on the inside of McMurtry. Coming out of 4th corner. Crossover traffic, here we go. side by side. Here's Bruce Tunney. He takes the lead again.
205 laps. Bruce Tunney now on the outside of Curtis this time through. Curtis stays away from trouble. That's it. Curtis wants to stay away from sheet metal in the corners. Tunney. Bottom right there, 206.
Bruce Tunney, your leader. Second place is McMurtry machine, number 1. Third place, Mike St. John. He's only a straightaway behind.
Still looking at Bruce Tunney. Back into the lead, lucky 21. Bruce told me early tonight, won it from that position last year, and has it again here tonight. Watch Wild Bill Tunney. There's Wild Bill right there. He's about 30 car length from his brother putting him down the lap. Bruce Tunney has been fantastic here tonight, and nothing has went wrong. In one little skirmish early, but no laps lost.
And all the excitement, Don Walker, we have completed the halfway distance. This race is official now. Halfway complete with Bruce Tunney in the lead and 208 laps complete.
Following around Curtis McMurtry. Very, very content to follow him around now. Mikey St. John, that strategy has worked. The early stops put him through. Trouble again in turn 1. It was Harmon. Harmon was off the pace for just a second. He's had a rough ride tonight, but still out there. That's more than half the battle here.
3 wide, turn number 3. Wild Bill underneath the ball. He'll fall in behind the 94 of Freddie Bear. Now he'll go inside. Oh, Wild Bill had to hit the brakes hard to avoid the slamming door that Bear slammed on him.
Bruce.
And look at the 2 machine, Don Walker. Mike St. John's bumper has been dragging now for 1 lap. Sparks shooting up. Does not appear to be a problem, however.
Curtis. Now Wild Bill Tunney trying to stay out of trouble up top. He's got fresh tires. And that is worth going right down. Bill Tunney's on fresh stickers, and he's beginning to start pulling away a little bit. He's got his brother knocking on his door to put him down a lap. And look at Bill Tunney driving. Wild Bill Tunney, look at him go. He knows what's going on. He knows his brother's coming, looking for him to put him down a lap. And Bill Tunney, look at him go. That is a lot of speed, folks, on those fresh tires. 212 laps. 212 laps. St. John bringing that up that last. That's got to slow him down a little bit, John.
Absolutely. Lots of traffic now between him and second place, Curtis McMurtry, who is running side by side with the leader coming to the stripe. Bruce Tunney.
Curtis inside, had a look in traffic. He's got Bruce up on the high side now.
Oh, and Bruce Tunney holds up the leader, and Curtis comes back around him.
Curtis got right around him in turn 3.
Oh, big crash!
Zaretsky.
Billy and Zaretsky in the crossover.
Oh.
Right in the middle, we're yellow. Is everybody going to see him?
Artie Beware almost right into that 15 car as we go.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, slow it down here.
Looking to the pit lane, which goes off.
A hard hit of the crossover between Barefoot Billy and John Zaretsky, 2 out-of-towners, and Barefoot Billy looks none the worse for wear. But Zaretsky's night is through.
Hargraves, will he peel off?
No.
And that was a heavy, heavy hit for the Seattle, Washington native. There goes Zeman. It's amazing sometimes how 2 of these cars can hit. One's trashed and the other one peels away. It's just a matter of inches. Now we watch Mike St. John. What will he do? Bruce Tunney is not pitted. Let's keep an eye on him.
Mike St. John running in position number 3. He wants to make sure he is right there with all the other machines.
206 laps. Let's watch and see what Bruce does. Curtis McMurtry has not pitted as well.
What is Mike going to do? Is he going to peel off?
Yes,
Mike St. John pits.
Mike St. John has got a problem. It's not fuel. Lap 216, 216. I guess everybody has the right to think what they're going to use for their strategy halfway through here. I would have liked fuel and tires right there, but Curtis says, if you don't go, I'm not going, and that's how it played out. Mike St. John, can he get back around? That would keep him in the game here.
He's 3 laps down now as the pace truck is peeled off. The field been shown 1 to go. We're going green this time. Bye.
Mark Harmon has persevered here tonight. Green goes. Tom Ellis has it out. Curtis back into the corner. Beat him in.
These two cars have battled all night long side by side. Curtis has the advantage going into 3.
Jay Norton's in the battle, but it's not for the laps because he is down several. Trying to finish the prize money and laps here tonight. R.J. Norton folks are out the window early. And now Curtis beginning to fall back. And
Mike St. John returns. Oh, trouble in the south end. It looks like Robbie Loving and R.C. Rigdon. Loving gets away from Rigdon. Rigdon still stalled. There's Mayhem in the crossover.
Now look out, find the leader, Curtis McMurtry again. Find Curtis, you'll find Bruce. Car stopped, on and off the gas. Holy cow.
We're caution again as Rigdon now pulls away. But look at Wild Bill Tunney Jr. He is now on the tail of his brother as he gets ever closer to getting his lap back. Let's see what the field does. Rigdon goes off, but the top two stay on the track.
Boy, off these corners are so dangerous when there's a car. Greg's nights continues to go worse as he's back in the pit lane fighting that bumper and rear end problems. Well, Mark Harmon has stayed out there tonight, 5th.
We are now down to 1 hour and 20 minutes remaining. We've completed 224 laps. The field is being shown 1 to go this time by. We'll go green again on lap 226. We'll go green again on lap 226 with Curtis McMurtry in the lead, Bruce Tunney in second, and then the lap down is Wild Bill Tunney Jr.
St. John's back out there. And I still like Wild Bill Tunney's position tonight. Bill Tunney has got fresh stickers and fuel to go the distance.
Green is out.
And again, Curtis McMurtry beats everybody into the corner. Norton's down laps.
Wild Bill gets around his brother. He'll want to get around the 1 car to get his lap back.
Pressures Curtis. Pressures him hard.
Wild Bill definitely has fresher rear rubber now, so he may be able to get around the one who's been on the same set of tires for an hour and 40.
Look at him already trying to go inside. He knows he's got fresh tires, and there he goes inside already. Bill Tunney's going to make this move real quick, I can tell you. Curtis knows Bill Tunney is down a lap, so Curtis probably will, instead of fight with him, going to yield here in just a moment. Inside, there's Bill Tunney right on cue. Right on cue, Bill Tunney Jr.
Bill Tunney Jr. getting his lap back if he can get to the line first.
And he does. Right there, Bill Tunney's back in business.
Now has to go around the whole track, get back to the tail of his brother, but those two leaders still have to make their pit stop.
I like Bill Tunney's spot here. Fresh tires. Bill Tunney, watch him start breathing.
Oh, look out!
Oh man, Mike St. John almost got it. That was Stewart.
Mark Harmon now behind Bruce Tunney. He can get around Mark. If he can get around, he's got fresh rubber. He can get one of his laps back as well.
Curtis McMurtry wants this race so bad. Had it all go wrong after he was out front last year. Now, more trouble. Gaggle. There's 1, 2, 3 cars.
Oh, where's Turner? 88-ton winner, 72 Mike Nelson.
Coming right in.
And we are under caution, and what's going to happen with the leader?
Turner looks. Now those guys got hung up and came right here to the main grandstand. Almost like a daredevil show. Turner's involved, Nelson, and Winters.
And if they're smart, they want to wait till they get behind the pace car.
Robbie Loving ducks off.
Whoa, track official, very brave to run across in front of 10 World Figure 8 Championship cars.
Then Tunney's trying to get back to the pit lane. No, he's not.
All right, the pace truck has picked up the leader. The 4 and the 1, Bruce Tunney and Curtis McMurtry.
Well, now this is going to take some time, so let's see what they do now. Let's see how this plays off.
Who will pit now? Let's see. Bruce looks like he wants to pit.
There he goes.
Yes,
Bruce
he does.
Tunney's off. Bruce Tunney's off. Curtis McMurtry looked like he was going to chase him in. Curtis says, no, I'm not. Now let's watch. Let's watch. Bruce Tunney's crew goes to work.
Now Curtis McMurtry is the only leader who has not pitted for fuel.
Norton takes back off. Down in the count though. Look to the pit lane. Bruce, you know he's getting tires. You know he's getting a fuel tank top off. Kenny St. John, 5-time the king. Wrenching. Team manager of Curtis's number 1. Bill Tunney's going to move up here real quick because he is on fresh tires still. I look for Curtis to try to get out and get a little bit more of a lead. Try to put down another few laps. He is going to have to pit still. There's no doubt about it. It's just a matter of when. Mike St. John down 3, possibly 4. Green goes. This time Tom Ellis. Goes, and we're racing again. Curtis
pulls in behind Mark Harmon. Now Harmon gets another one of his laps back.
Mark Harmon, lucky dog that time through. And 240 laps, 1 hour, 11 minutes.
Mike St. John will want to get one of his laps back. He is also behind the one of Curtis McMurtry. And Wild Bill Tunney Jr. through the second corner, about a half a straightaway behind your leader.
Now Curtis beginning to try to stretch it out, buying some more time. Right there, Mike St. John doesn't want to let him go. And Tank going down another lap here in the last hour when we get there. I'll tell you what, it's too bad Freddie's down so many laps tonight because he may be the quickest car on the track. Red Baron 94. Maybe the quickest guy out here now the last 15 or 20 minutes. He's down in the scoring serial.
Field spinning a little bit now for Wild Bill Tunney and the 2-car of Mike St. John. 70 minutes left to go. We've completed 244 laps now. Wild Bill now only 1 car between him and the leader, Curtis McMurtry.
And still, Curtis dug Greg's back out. It's been a tough night for him the last hour. Dawsey never did come back now with that strikes light attention. Jack Dawsey never came back from that last ride on the record. Bill Tunney, let's find him. Sure as I say Freddie was really going, there he is slowing down. He's got a problem.
Now there's Wild Bill. Wild Bill now just about 3 car lengths behind the leader, Curtis McMurtry.
I knew that was
Proctor
coming. Wild.
almost causes problems with the second place car. Now, nobody in between him and McMurtry.
Bill Tunney's going to go to the lead here real quick. I can tell you he's on better tires, and Curtis is beginning to get a little bit nervous in the corners, and that's tire wear. Curtis would hope now to get to the pit soon.
McMurtry goes back around the 35 of Mark Harmon, so Mark Harmon loses that lap he had regained.
Bill Tunney's going to climb around him though. Watch Bill Tunney. Fresh tires make a world of a difference here, and you can see it. Curtis would only hope now he can get a yellow and get to the pit.
Now Wild Bill Tunney Jr. is on the bumper of your leader, Curtis McMurtry, going into turn number 1, the lap 249 complete.
Still, Bill Tunney Jr. all over the back of Curtis. He's going to go to the inside. Watch. Inside, right on cue. There he goes.
There he
Bill
goes
Tunney.
on the inside. Charlie Hargraves holds up the leader, and here's a new leader. It's Wild Bill Tunney Jr.
Bill Tunney now. I told you we'll move right to the front. There he did. 3 or 4 laps. Says goodbye.
When you're right, Don. Wild Bill Tunney Jr. takes the lead and stretches the advantage a couple car lengths over. Oh, he gets hit by Charlie Hargraves. Hargraves spins out though.
Curtis got lucky there. That could have been all she wrote.
Oh, and now Newkirk causes the problem with Wild Bill. McMurtry goes back around him.
Now Bill Tunney fights back hard on the inside. Curtis was able to slip through.
Wow.
Bill Tunney still got the fresh tires. It's only a matter of time before he fights back up. That could have been all she wrote again for Bill Tunney. As Hargraves has it go wrong here. Nearing 1 hour. Nearing the 1 hour. And Curtis McMurtry, fantastic here again. Mike St. John may have something going wrong. Seen a lot of smoke out of that 2 in time for the last few laps.
Mike St. John in the top 5 running tonight. A very good return performance for the 3-time World Figure 8 champion. A lot of traffic for the leader, McMurtry. He's behind Rusty Stewart now. Both he and Wild Bill clear a lot of that traffic.
And now we're looking into turn 1, and there's the yellow. And watch Curtis McMurtry. I would think this would bring him to the pit lane. I would think this would bring Curtis to the pit lane as he sees Bill Tunney begin to run him down here with fresh tires. Let's wait and watch. I would think Curtis McMurtry would come in down to the pit lane and top off.
Well, he's trapped. He's not going to be able to do it right then if he was wanting to go off. So
nearing the 1 hour mark. Frosty's went away now. Frosty's went into the pit lane. Rusty Stewart, will he dive off? No, but let's watch Curtis now. Everyone has stopped for fuel, but not Curtis, and he needs tires too, because Bill Tunney was hunting him down.
well, this restart should be pretty interesting, Don, as you just mentioned those fresher tires of Bill Tunney Jr. The drag race in the corner number 1 of this restart should be telling in the rubber story.
I watch for Curtis to try to look at him. He noses ahead. Will he go to the pit lane? Well, it would have to be in a hurry now, and I don't think that's going to happen. It's not. Bruce Tunney is set. We know that. Curtis has had a whale of a run here tonight. Wild Bill Tunney. Boy, would this make a 2006 year that has not been good for Wild Bill. Cap it off with a celebration. The best, well, easy to say. I would think the highlight of his career to win here in 06, his second win if he could be there. We're nearing 1 hour. Holy cow, only 2 hours have been by and we've got all this action still in front of us.
All right, pace truck is off. Stand by for the restart as Wild Bill and Curtis McMurtry will power around the north end.
Oh, Curtis, Bill Tunney's going to jump into the turn 1 on the inside, but Curtis got the green and beat him into it.
A great restart for Curtis McMurtry as Wild Bill a little bit slow on the trigger there.
Curtis pulls away. Bill Tunney now going to start reeling him back in on those fresh tires. Bruce Tunney has got fuel and tires. He's ready to go to it. He's beginning to climb right back up through the field.
Wild Bill right on the bumper of the #1 car, Curtis McMurtry. Oh, and there's a little bit of problem now.
Bill Tunney didn't want to throw it away, but he's up top, up high. Curtis.
They're side by side, Don Walker.
Curtis McMurtry fights back, but this could be the pass. Bill Tunney's got to run inside, and that's going to be it. Bill Tunney's got fresh tires, makes it stick. Goes around up in turn 4. Curtis seems to have more horsepower. Bill's got fresh tires, and they're paid off again.
Tires always beats horsepower in this type of race, Don Walker. Bill Tunney Jr. takes advantage of the stumble of Curtis McMurtry by the 71 of Steve Frost. And the lap later, he takes the point again here on lap 263 completed.
Well, Curtis is going to have to ride second down pit 10, and he has to be looking for pit. He doesn't want to pit under green.
Oh, Freddie Bear gets into the leader a little bit. Is that car okay? It seems like the right front may be okay. And Mike St. John is stalled in the south end at corner number 4.
Mike St. John may be off power. St. John is off power.
And we are under yellow once again. Is this the time McMurtry pull off? We know there's a chance now that he might be able to make it on fuel as the way it's been going now. But tires is definitely going to be his coup d'etat.
Curtis, will he peel off?
No.
Curtis now, will he go to the pit? He looked around, there goes Curtis McMurtry into the pit lane. Curtis decoyed him on that first time around, made a loop, and there he goes, he's in the pit lane. And he's getting some 4 fresh tires and fuel.
So there's only one car on the lead lap, Don Walker. That is the 3T of the Wild One. Wild Bill Tunney Jr.
What a coy move, though, by Curtis. He went by the first time, made the loop, and now he is getting service as I speak, right back there. There he is. So now, Curtis McMurtry says, I'm ready to go to the end there. That was some quick service right there, I'll tell you that. And Curtis is poised to run. So a couple of guys that have won World Figure 8 Championship apiece, ready to go.
All right, Don, let's reset it now. It's the 3T of Wild Bill Tunney Jr. Second place, 1 lap down, is the 4T of Bruce Tunney. In third place, 1 lap down, is the 1 of Curtis McMurtry. Those we know, those we're sure about. It is, at this point, the 3 leaders they've all pitted. It is now Wild Bill Tunney Jr.'s race. He is in the driver's seat, and we are now at exactly 1 hour remaining in the World Figure 8 Championship.
Mark Harmon is staying out there tonight. Last year's runner-up and persevered. He's still in the top 5, I do believe. Curtis fueled up, ready to go. There goes Bill Tunney.
Here's the green flag.
Nobody to run with him right now for a moment because Bruce going to try to run him down again. Bill Tunney, Bruce Tunney. And here comes Norton. Look at him.
Rusty Stewart for the whole field. He's missed. Bruce barely misses him. How does everybody not hit Rusty Stewart?
And now, McMurtry tries to get back on the gas as Bill Tunney cycles through it all.
All right, now looking back here to field, as second place Bruce Tunney is now only a quarter of half of a straightaway in front of Curtis McMurtry. That is a run for position. 1 lap down behind your leader, Wild Bill Tunney Jr.
Curtis McMurtry's back on the gas, though. Look at him. Really fast now with fresh tires. Oh, look out, Bill Tunney. Bill Tunney there. That was too close for comfort. Under an hour now. Under an hour. And look at Curtis. Get back on the gas in a hurry tonight. Whoa! Winner's almost bought the farm here. Now, Bill Tunney, there's Bruce. Bruce Tunney has fell back and then chasing trouble again up in turn 2.
3 cars in that wall. Gary Newkirk. Oh, look at there. That looks like Turner and Charlie Hargraves. They clipped the 16 car of Robbie Loving, and we're still green. Freddie Bear pulls away. Proctor pulls away. 2 cars still stuck together in corner number 4. And we are cautioned once again. And that is going to help Curtis McMurtry because he is on the tail of the 4 car of Bruce Tunney. So those guys are only 8 cars or so behind the leader here with 57 minutes and 50 seconds left. 274 laps completed in a mess in the north end for the leaders to get around.
Fred Bear is off power in turn 1, it looks like down here. And Tunney back off, and Freddie gets it restarted.
Danny Turner pulls away. A mess of a rear of his car. Freddie goes off.
Freddie's got major problems now, dragging.
Now what is Wild Bill Tunney Jr. thinking? Is he aware that he has a whole lap lead over his brother and 3rd place Curtis McMurtry? 57 minutes remaining.
Kevin Ford darts back off. It's been non-stop. And Bill Tunney is shining right here. As now they go around our IRL Safety Speedrome track crew.
The leader, Wild Bill Tunney Jr. 1 lap behind him in the 4T, Bruce Tunney. 3rd place on that same lap with Bruce Tunney is Curtis McMurtry.
Leonard Basham's still out there tonight. I don't know exactly where he's at, but Leonard not throwing in the towel.
True world champion, keep turning laps. You never know what's going to happen. And the field will go green this time, and they do. Wild Bill pulls out. RJ Norton right beside him.
Watch Curtis McMurtry, though, climb up around these cars. He's inside of Bruce right now topside. Curtis on those French tires, and look at him go.
He is now in 2nd place, gives the 2nd position to the 1 of Curtis McMurtry, although Bruce Tunney stays with him side by side. Now will fall in as we go down the backstretch into corner number 3.
And watch Curtis still begin to climb up now. 5 cars in between him and Bill Tunney, and that would let him try to get around Bill and be on the same level.
Well, with only about 18 cars running, the attrition definitely catching up with this field, and maybe we can finally get into a rhythm here these final 53 minutes. The last thing Bill Tunney Jr. wants to see is laps under caution. He wants laps under green. He's much stronger under the green.
Curtis got around Bruce a couple laps ago. Looking. Inside, outside. There he goes one more time. Curtis is closing in, I can tell you that.
His tire's a little bit fresher now.
Frosty, though, Steve Frost is going to peel off.
Passing Bill Tunney Jr. will be one thing. Passing him twice will be a totally different ballgame, especially with brother Bruce pounding Curtis. He's got him to worry about as well.
Bill Tunney's had a tough year in 06 here locally. This would put a dramatic positive on his 2006 championship in his career. 28 starts. Trouble. Basham got into it with Stewart. Can you believe that?
And now Basham has stalled at the exit gate, and we're cautioning once again. A hard hit, Leonard Basham. That's had to be his 5th or 6th incident this evening.
Stewart's off. Boy, that was. Stewart is off. Who was into it with Basham. That could have been even much, much worse than it was for Leonard Basham. And that's going to end his night.
Did Bruce get around Curtis? It looks like he did with that ensuing mayhem. Let's give a call out to the 55, the rookie, Wayne Calkins, a 2006 Sunshine Speedway champion. He's the top rookie in this field, running currently in the 7th position.
Hargreaves back to the pit lane. Well, that lets Curtis.
All right, now look, Don Walker. Official word coming. Official word coming now. Curtis McMurtry still in the 2nd position over the 4 of Bruce Tunney.
And now we're going to go red as Leonard Basham is down in turn number 3.
And the ambulance has hit the track, so we are now red at 50 minutes and 26 seconds to go in this event. 289 laps complete. Wild Bill Tunney Jr., your leader, over 1 whole lap ahead of 2nd place Curtis McMurtry and 3rd place Bruce Tunney.
There goes Leonard Basham. The 1988 World Figure 8 Champions night is over. Leonard had a nice run going. And Bill Tunney will be ready to go back out on the racetrack.
All right, Don Walker, we've talked some of the scenarios over, but with Wild Bill Tunney Jr. going into the pit lane, when the cars resume back to green, he will be on the end of the field, and the 4 and the 1 will have passed him. So those 3 cars will be on the lead lap. So a whole lap lead for Wild Bill, but those guys have to get all the way around him, and about 15, 18 cars to pass again to get to Wild Bill.
Now Bill Tunney will try to find out what he actually did, but did he get new tires again? We've seen it. Those fresh tires create a lot of speed.
Right, the cars refire and recirculate the race course here at the Blossom Chevrolet Indianapolis Speedrome. It's been a long night for these weary, battle-tested racers. Kenny Smith returns, or Artie Beware returns. There's Wild Bill. Wild Bill on the rear of the field is your leader. So Bruce Tunney has to get all the way back around and pass his brother if he wants to win this race. And Tommy Ellis throws the green.
Green goes back out, and now Curtis McMurtry and Bruce Tunney head into turn 1, but Bill Tunney's the leader right there. Bill Tunney's after $30,000 tonight. After the biggest prize in Speedrome history, there he goes. He's had a tough year. But the 2003 World Figure 8 driver's been almost perfect here tonight. Everybody is topped off, good to go the rest of the way out. Let's watch Curtis.
50 minutes to go now. Curtis chasing Bruce Tunney, all in the same lap with the leader, Bill Tunney, but over half a lap behind him.
Bill Tunney may have got fresh tires again because he's got a lot of speed right now. Look at the stick on his car. Bill Tunney. Look at him go. He's faster than he's been all night. And that could take him to the winner's circle there. Bill Bill Tunney. Strategy has been perfect. He's been able to stay away from the near misses that have put out a lot of the big names here tonight. Curtis and Bruce trying to reel him in. R.J. Norton Jr. goes inside of Curtis. He won't like that because R.J.'s down some laps. I guess pride's on the line out here on Saturday night for the World Figure 8 Championship of the world with $30,000 is on the line. Bill Tunney, look at him. He's cruising right now.
I don't like, though, how he has to be behind a lot of these lap down cars with the crossover going to come into play and cars re-entering the track as we fall.
Look at him go. Bill Tunney not even slowing down one bit. You can't slow him down.
He only knows one speed, Don Walker, and that is all the way to the wall with the right foot.
Bill Tunney Jr. still flying through the racetrack. He's up again, and he is the fastest race car on the track. But another yellow can tighten it up.
Definitely, because looking at it, Don Walker, there's only 6 cars on track between Wild Bill and Bruce Tunney.
Still fantastic run for Curtis tonight. And Bruce Tunney has started 21st, trying to go for the 3-time win here, 3 years in a row. Look at Bill Tunney, faster than ever right now. Let's see the interval right there. Bill Tunney flashes by.
I think he's catching, actually, Curtis.
He sure is. Bill Tunney is starting to reel in second and third place.
You can only make sure, Don Walker, to make sure if you want to win a race and to put all your other competitors.
Yeah, he almost got in trouble right there.
Good call, Don Walker. That was really close with Wayne Calkins. Here's Butch Winters in turn 4 backwards.
Now that was almost the near miss that put him out right there, because that would have been a hard hit, submarine style. And he is. Look at him right there. Bill Tunney. That was too close for him. And he slows just a little bit after that. Not near the speed the last couple laps. Bill Tunney. Look at that speed. Not quite as fast the last 3 or 4 laps. Let's see how that plays out.
I think he just really needs to keep his nose clean, Don Walker. Hope this race has a long green flag stint now, as we've probably not gone longer than 30 laps ever tonight on a green flag stint.
Again, Bill Tunney a little bit more calmer that time, though he had traffic.
And all the excitement, Don, we just completed the 301st lap of this race now.
Bill Tunney trying to reel Curtis back in. Now, I don't think you can put chains on him and slow him down, because he is beginning to reel in Curtis McMurtry. Watch.
But now Bruce is starting to put his pedal down to the floor. He's trying to get back in contact with his brother.
Look, Bill Tunney's now just a straightaway away from catching Curtis. 45-minute mark is nearing. Now, well, at the time, Bruce Tunney's in trouble. Bruce Tunney slowed down. Izzy got a problem.
Here comes Curtis. Yes, look at the rear end of, that's those telltale smoke signs. Bruce Tunney off. Bruce Tunney has a problem.
And Curtis McMurtry now takes away as Bruce Tunney's got smoke and damage probably right there at the line.
That color smoke is usually a telltale sign of a rear end going away, Don Walker.
Well, Bill Tunney, Bruce may empty. And Bill Tunney Jr. Now, Curtis almost got the same kind of problem right there with Larry Hahn, local stalker.
And while you were looking away at that, Wild Bill bounces off the 10 of Jerry Newkirk, but he still keeps going.
Bruce Tunney trying to hang in there with grit. He is definitely slower and pulls it off. As sure as I say that, Bruce Tunney, will he pull to the backstretch? No, but he is very slow. That can't hold up very much longer. Look at him. There it goes.
Oh, they hit!
Bill Tunney got cut right off as Bruce did the same. Now Bruce tries to wave him around.
Oh, he hit him again. Bruce hit him. Is his tires okay? Yes. Bruce pulls off, though. Unbelievable action between brothers.
Bruce Tunney sure didn't mean to do that to Bill up off turn number 2, but he is weary. Never saw him, almost took him out. Now find Curtis. Right there. At second place.
But still a long gap between the two. Curtis has a lot of traffic to go. He wants to see a yellow flag desperately now, as Wild Bill showing reckless abandon, trying to get through this lap traffic.
The three-peat could be over for Bruce since he's in the pit lane. Hanging down. Curtis McMurtry trying to reel him in, but Bruce, Bill Tunney, that is on his heels. Look at him. Bill Tunney. Curtis. 310 laps. And it's been a war zone here tonight. That's what we expected. That's what we have got. And still, Curtis McMurtry pedaling it hard.
Wild Bill Tunney Jr.
23 minutes and no sign of Bruce Tunney. That could have been it.
Absolutely. Wild Bill puts the rookie Wayne Hawkins another lap down. A good run for Wayne Hawkins. His World Figure 8 Championship inaugural appearance now.
Still flying in. Plenty of time for something to go wrong for anybody left on this race course tonight.
43 minutes to go. 313 laps complete for Wild Bill Tunney Jr.
And look at Steve Frost put on a show here for his local following in the 70 on. Stephen J. Frost. Is now Ben Tunney. That Ben is down several laps though. Here comes his dad right in behind him.
Oh, he gets into Frosty. The leader, Wild Bill, gets into Frosty a little bit, nudges him around. Frosty makes the corner, comes back around to keep going now. So
amazing sometimes how you can just preach about something going right, and then all of a sudden Frosty had to spin around, and Bill Tunney again can't slow him down. Now Harmon goes back third. The Jeffersonville contingent is happy here. Mark Harmon back here out front, giving third. Hal Hahn is off pace in turn 2. Look out now. Here comes Bill Tunney, number 3, and there is Curtis in 1. Mark Harmon, third into 35. Still reeling around the racetrack. Look at Bill Tunney get back on the gas. Closer, even to Curtis this time.
We've seen Bill Tunney Jr. riding right with his son, the floor of Ben Tunney, the last few laps. He wants to get around his son, keep putting distance between him and the one of Curtis McMurtry. And definitely, I think that Wild Bill is the fastest car on the track. Look how close the gap is between first and second, as one is closing in on 2 to put him down another lap.
But still so much time to be running this hard of pace late. Bill Tunney. There is something, and now we're going to go yellow. We are going to go yellow.
Yellow is the call on the track.
Somebody is leaking out here.
It could be the 58 of Dale Shelton. And that's the yellow Curtis McMurtry wanted in the car, number 1.
And Bill Tunney slows down and says, get behind me now. 28 starts. 28 starts for Bill Tunney.
All right, now let's reset here. Bill Tunney Jr., your leader in the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars behind him is second place, the number 1, if Curtis McMurtry. Third place, Mark Harmon in that 35 car right next to your leader, about 7 to 8 laps down now. 40 minutes remaining. Let's give fourth place to Frosty in the 71, probably because we will not see the return of Bruce Tunney. Fifth place, let's look back, maybe the 55, the rookie out of Florida. He's not on right now off the track. right, we're going to let this field loose again with 38 minutes to go.
And look at Mark Harmon trying to beat Bill Tunney into the corner again. Mark Harmon, no fluke here.
And Tommy Ellis says, I don't think so, gentlemen, let's try it again. Mr. Mark Harmon, you need to wait for the leader.
Harmon. From Jeffersonville, a two-time track champion up there in Jeffersonville. Green back out. While Bill Tunney's back on the gas. And Mark, I don't want to let you even have that. Look at him go, and he's got those fresh tires, and nobody's going to be able to stay with him right there.
Now with the field getting to be fewer and fewer cars, less crossover traffic to worry about these final 37 minutes. His speed is also going to mean that he will cause the crossover traffic sooner rather than later.
And while Bill Tunney, what is it, 15 cars back? Car lengths, that is, second in the scoring. Harmon is third. Look at Steve Frost pedaling out there for you here in Indianapolis, Indiana tonight. Frosty probably wishes there was another couple hours left. Look at him, sure as I say that, he was wobbling.
While Bill Tunney Jr. Let's watch the advantage, see if it can grow over the one of Curtis McMurtry. While Bill has no traffic to deal with, Curtis McMurtry does if he wants to have any shot of getting up to the leader. While Bill, and now crossover traffic going to be a concern for the leader.
Curtis McMurtry, though, still not in a very bad spot at all in this second place run because Bill Tunney is the leader, feeling it, obviously, a little bit more pressure. Curtis. And now Curtis begins to get a little bit closer. Look out.
While Bill has a little bit of sheet metal come away on the left rear quarter panel, that shouldn't cause any type of problem. So a flap in the wind would be a little bit uncomfortable.
History in the making here tonight. Richest payday ever in Speedrome history. Bill Tunney. It's Mark Harmon, and he has impressed me again this year. Runs third. And look at the clock begin to tick down now.
35 minutes and 50 seconds to go, Don Walker.
Let's watch Curtis. Bill Tunney. Well, he's got fresh tires. I don't know if there's a guy that can burn up any faster in green flag laps than Bill Tunney. He needs the fresh tires because he likes to light it up here. Wow, Bill Tunney Jr. almost got in trouble there. Is that Newkirk in the 10? Yes, it was. Tell you what, Mark Harmon's solid. Look at him. Real solid. Loving comes back for more. 35, 430, under 35, 34. Newkirk is off.
334 laps on the board now for Wild Bill, with about 34 minutes remaining. If we can stay green, he should be able to complete about 100 more laps. A long way to go still in this event.
Absolutely a long way to go. Curtis knows that.
I think Wild Bill may be stretching the advantage out a little bit. He's now riding behind Frosty, the 71. Frosty's looked awfully good tonight. Very consistent. Kept his nose clean. Completed laps. Running in the top 5.
Bill Tunney Jr. Still, look at him go, no let up at all. No rev limiter can hold Wild Bill Tunney back, I can tell you that. 34 minutes we're under. And Curtis, well, they're about.
Oh, Mike Nelson almost spun out right in front of Wild Bill
Look
Tunney
out.
Jr.
That's what I'm talking about.
Honestly, seems like every time we call out somebody for doing a good job, something happens to them.
Bill Tunney.
Frosty spun out there.
Frosty's got a whale of a run going here tonight.
33.5 minutes to go in this 3-hour race.
Now more trouble at the crossover. Bill Tunney needs to see it.
He sees it very well. Hot Rod Proctor in front of him. Bill will dive underneath him. Take the advantage going down the back stretch. Oh my goodness, Artie Beware almost wasn't aware of what happened. It took out the leader.
Martin's had another problem. He's off. R.J. Martin peels back to the pit lane. Bill Tunney is nearing the 30-minute mark.
Coming up on the final 30 minutes of this event, Wild Bill Tunney Jr. still leading in the 3, and the 1 is Curtis McMurtry. The gap continues to grow between him and the leader. Mark Harmon running really hard in that 3rd spot. He needs to get a whole bunch of laps back before he has any shot of winning this event with 32 minutes to go. Wild Bill through the crossover between the 24 on and the 55 of Hawkins. Now Artie Beware is going the wrong way. Takes it back over the race course in corner number 1. Tunney's been turning some laps here of late. He went straight to the back on the start. Maybe it was a little too much for the 3rd-year veteran here at the World Figure 8 Championship.
Almost identical lap after lap. There's Bill Tunney, there's Curtis in the half a lap. Wild Bill Tunney Jr. trying to win his 2nd.
He is still just carving through the lap traffic, Don Walker. He knows every time he can put a car in between him and Curtis McMurtry, will make his chances of victory a little bit better.
There they are. They're almost simultaneously at the crossover. Curtis got through first.
Wild Bill Tunney Jr. Oh, and there may be a problem with the 55, the rookie. Out of Florida. Yes, he's going to pull off. As we saw some fluid come out of his machine at the south end. So that's going to maybe change the rookie race here tonight. Although a heck of a run for Wayne Hawkins in the 55.
Bill Tunney Jr. again, he's up in turn 4 already. Now, Steve Frost had to peel away for service. Frosty's back into pit lane. $25,000 spread from 1st to 2nd tonight. $30,000 to the winner, our richest payday ever. $5,000 for 2nd. So they're, oh, look out, Bill Tunney.
He hit some sheet metal that came off the 24 machine of Larry Hahn. That good kind of tire. You've got to watch out for that debris.
Bill Tunney wants no part of it. Under 30. Under 30 minutes now. And look, Mark Harmon is stuck tonight.
Absolutely, Don. It's a shame he's so many laps down because he would be making this race very interesting as he's been on the bumper of the 3 car for about 20 laps or so. Whoa! Larry Hahn just peels right in front of the 3 car of Wild Bill Tunney Jr. That was kind of scary for the leader. And that 3 keeps getting knocked up by cars like it is a leaf in the wind. Inside of Newkirk now is Wild Bill Tunney Jr. We've completed 2.5 hours of this event. We've got only 29 minutes to go.
Bill Tunney Jr. is beginning to stretch it out a bit again.
And some of these drivers now running into a little bit of a rhythm as we've gone green for quite a while now. Can it go green the final 28 minutes and 40 seconds? Look out, Doug Gregg through the crossover.
Doug Gregg is down multiple laps as well tonight.
Oh, look out, Pinhead hit the brakes hard to miss Butch Winters.
Had a good run going early, didn't he?
Butch was going into the pits, that's what made it so interesting. Still, Harmon on the bumper like glue to Wild Bill. Curtis McMurtry slipping back little by little each lap, and now it seems to be almost 3/4 of a lap lead for the Wild Bill Tunney Jr. machine.
It stays about halfway still, right there. Curtis still very much in touch here.
Oh, Newkirk hit the brakes hard and had to gun it again.
Mark Harmon wants another lap back, can't get it. Mark Harmon may be the fastest car on this racetrack in the last 20 minutes.
I think you're right, Don Walker. But passing Wild Bill Tunney Jr. is definitely harder than just staying right behind him.
Bill Tunney would be wise to let him go instead of sword fight with him right now.
Here goes Harmon on the inside, hits the marker tire, a little bit of smoke in the crossover. He still keeps Harmon at bay. Harmon on the outside, going around the 4th corner though. And through the crossover, it's still Wild Bill ahead of Harmon on the running order.
Oh, if only Bill Tunney can see his crew, because I'm sure they're saying let him go. Down several laps, but Harmon third, not in contact with him right there on the race course as far as the laps are concerned. And look at him pressuring. I got to give Harmon, he is not going to give up. 26 minutes. And Bill Tunney looking fantastic still. Curtis McMurtry's not going to go away. It's been a fantastic run for Curtis.
Curtis maybe waited a little too long to get that service so he can stay in touch with the leader. Oh my goodness, there's Harmon. He finally gets around Wild Bill Tunney Jr. And let's see if he can pull away.
Absolutely tough going now in the crossover that time as Harmon finally got around Bill Tunney Jr.
Now, Don Walker, we really haven't talked much about this track. It is definitely having to get very, very slippery as we've put out 2.5 hours worth of rubber and about 40 cars turning about 200 some laps or so. About 8,000 laps of rubber on this track. This track's very, very slippery with fluids coming out of some of these machines. We've seen oil, we've seen water. And it's definitely almost like a skating rink out here.
And it's a half lap interval is what it is. Still a half lap.
25 minutes to go. And Wild Bill Tunney Jr. bring it home. This is the point of the race where these guys needed to get to. The field thinned out, they kept their nose clean for 2.5 hours. Now they need a race all the way to the checkered flags.
And Bill Tunney right there. Curtis is going to have to start reeling him in. But he's still very much in contact with that half lap. Harmon. Still very, very fast. He's third. Looking. Bill Tunney flying by immediately.
Well, Harmon's really not pulling away very much for Wild Bill.
Bill Tunney has got to be getting tired. 28 times he started this race over the years. Look at him driving. And still right there, look, no change a half a lap. Bill Tunney might have a tire advantage here, though, near 20 minutes.
Definitely, Don Walker, his car is handling the way he sets up for world championships. I've always said if you can keep Wild Bill Tunney Jr. in contention, he'll have a chance to win near the end, as he's been so close in the past, finally making it happen in 2003. Getting around Robbie Loving, who we thought he was done not too long ago. He's back out on track, like you said. 23:33 left to go.
Well, this is what we've talked about. Now the racetrack is thinned out, and you can race, and you can try to avoid the trouble a little bit more, obviously, with a thinned down field in the last 20 minutes. So speed comes into play now, and Curtis still right there trying to get to the crossover before him. Almost identical laps.
I've seen the same interval for about 5 to 10 laps now between him and the second place car, the one of Curtis McMurtry. Every time these guys are in a rhythm, that's for sure, Don Walker.
Well, Bill Tunney, I think, is in a trend because he's been in first place a lot of laps here. He's got it on autopilot. Only take one slip.
This is what Wild Bill has been wanting. He's been wanting to get in a rhythm. He's been wanting to have clear track in front of him and find big holes to get through the lap traffic.
He's still making it look awful smooth right there, nearing 375 laps. Wild Bill Tunney Jr. trying to turn the clock back here again. 21 and 03. See Steve Frost come back out, so Frosty had his thing coming in. Look out, Newkirk. Newkirk may blow up here any lap as Harmon got underneath him. One more time. 20 minutes.
Well, Don Walker, I've got a little bit of an update. We've seen the 77 machine of Donnie Garrigus III turn a lot of laps tonight. Let's give him the 4th spot. Donnie Garrigus III in the 4th spot in the 77, looks like.
Good run for DG3.
And let's give 5th place to the number 8 machine of Artie Beware. Just turning laps. Every time you turn a lap, that helps.
Artie Ware. That would be a fantastic finish for Artie. Under 20. It's still Bill Tunney. Let's find him. There's Bill Tunney's beginning to reel Curtis in.
Absolutely. Curtis may just be getting worn out. Not a regular competitor this year at the Los Angeles Indianapolis Speedrome. Oh, and Robbie Loving right in front of Artie Beware. Almost makes trouble for Curtis McMurtry. The leader's there too. A big gaggle of cars. What's going to happen?
That'll help Curtis out a little bit now. That'll help Curtis out. Bill Tunney got hung up right there.
Whoa.
He almost ran into Robbie Loving.
Artie Beware pulls off. Oh! Donnie Garrigus III got rear-ended a little bit by Doug Gregg, and he had a little momentum towards the leader, so that was a close call for the leader.
Wild Bill Tunney Jr. almost got Loving a lap or so down in turn number 2.
20 minutes, Don Walker, to go. 20 minutes remaining for Wild Bill Tunney Jr.
And now he gets back on the gas. He's trying to keep Curtis in his sights. Still, Curtis has got plenty of time. Bill Tunney, full throttle again in turn 3. These guys have endured a lot tonight. Something to say you're going to finish this race here. Still Wild Bill Tunney. Look. There he is at the start-finish line again. Look out. Boy, Proctor almost got him. Hot Rod Proctor almost bought the farm that time. Looking down now for Bill Tunney one more time. Bill Tunney's on cruise control, but every time I say that, it seems something might go wrong.
Well, he's also getting really a lot closer to the one of Curtis McMurtry. He'd love to put him a lap down, although the latest story my dad told Tony Stewart before he won his first IndyCar race. All you have to do is finish ahead of the second place car. You don't have to lap the field.
Bill Tunney Jr.
Let's give a shout out to the 33 of Doug Gregg. He's battling his way back into the top 6, unofficially in 6th place for Doug Gregg.
Doug Gregg had that bumper problem late the first 60 minutes or so, but he has fought back. Bill Tunney Jr. Now he tries to take back the lap he gave Harmon back. In traffic again, one more time. Curtis McMurtry, super run here, still second. Mark Harmon third.
Don, we're 10 laps away, now 9, from completing that 400 laps in the 400 lap club. A very prestigious list to be in. Bill Tunney Jr., this will be his 4th entrance into the 400 lap club. Wild Bill Tunney Jr. for the 2nd year in a row, and 3 out of the past 4 years.
Find him again. Rockers, our last rookie running out there. The 21 Hot Rod Proctors had a whale of a run tonight. He's our only rookie left on the racetrack. And Bill Tunney continues. He's getting closer to Curtis now. Bill Tunney all over now. The back. He's caught Curtis. Curtis trying to reel and stay in front of him. It's getting late. Bill Tunney, you can't slow him down. I've been saying that the last 60 minutes. Man on a mission here.
Curtis McMurtry will move into the 400 lap club for the 3rd time, and Mark Harmon will make it the 2nd time, most likely, with this pace continuing the way it is, especially the past 20 minutes.
Now Bill Tunney's going to be in contact with Curtis here very soon. One more car. There's the 3 leaders right there. Bill Tunney, Curtis, and Harmon, who's down in the serial but still 3rd. Curtis McMurtry trying to hang on. He does not want to go down a lap late. At 15 minutes. Curtis. Harmon now is the only car in between him. A little breathing room for him. Denny St. John looks over the pit lane fence. This guy, Curtis McMurtry, has put on a whale of a run tonight, but one guy is better right now, and that's Wild Bill Tunney.
The top 3 now running on the track, all in the same position. Wild Bill, Mark Harmon, Curtis McMurtry. There's that old lone rookie Hot Rod Proctor out there on the 21. How about him coming all the way from California to race in this World Figure 8 Championship? We're under 15 minutes, a quarter hour to go. Don Walker, we have completed 400 laps now. We've hit the 400 lap mark when we thought it may have been in doubt earlier in this race.
Bill Tunney. Now Harmon's the only buffer now in between Curtis and that lap. Bill Tunney wants to put him down. That will give him a little bit of cushion as we'll get late into this race.
And it's still Wild Bill. Unbelievable. All the adversity he has gone through this year, ladies and gentlemen.
And still Harmon right there in between Curtis.
It's not really adversity as much as him putting himself out there for his sons. Both Jesse Tunney, who's a rookie this year in late model competition at Blossoms here at Indianapolis Speedrome, and Ben, he really put a lot of time in those boys' cars. And also Austin Tunney, who will be 16 in another year or so, I think he'd love to race against all three of his sons.
Now he's in more traffic again. Not going anywhere. He's been stuck right in between Bill Tunney and Curtis. Full throttle now, Bill Tunney. Surely Bill Tunney wouldn't risk a flat tire trying to get around Harmon, who looks to be a little bit quicker in the last 20, 30 minutes.
All Bruce Tunney needs, all Bill Tunney has to do, stay right there, Don. I mean, really all he has to do is finish this race. He's going to be the World Figure 8 champion for the second time.
Still looking. Well, as sure as I say he won't try and won't risk a flat tire, Bill Tunney, I'm not sure wants to ride now. Harmon's inside of Curtis. Curtis is up high now. Curtis does not have the bite that he had 15, 20 laps ago as well. He's hanging on sheer white knuckles now as Curtis, as Harmon tried to get around him. Well, we all know the scenario last year with Mark Harmon on each side for late. Curtis doesn't want it.
Man alive, these guys are just battling for no reason. In the crossover, oh, Wild Bill hit the brakes hard to miss Greg. Jerry Newkirk just banging against the 35 machine of Mark Harmon, but they finally cleared the 10 of Newkirk. And now Wild Bill in the 3 has a little bit of a breathing room. Under 12 minutes to go.
Still, Curtis has more. Harmon right back in there. He tried to get around Curtis. We saw what that happened. That was a short fight. Mark Harmon backed out. 410 laps. Garrigus spins it out, gets back on it. And still Wild Bill Tunney Jr. Is he on his way to his second win? It is beginning to take shape. Find him on the racetrack. That was too close with Doug Gregg. Too close with Gregg again for Bill Tunney. You know, one hit here could hand it right to Curtis or Harmon again. You know, Mark Harmon not out of it yet. 413. 413. 414 laps. And Bill Tunney now. Curtis McMurtry. Still looking. 414 laps. And Mark Harmon not going away. I'm going to give Mark Harmon credit there. He had a look on side of Curtis about 10 laps ago. Decided better of it.
10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go in the 30th Annual World Figure 8 Championship. Only 10 minutes to go, Don. We've waited for this all season long.
And we sure have. And Bill Tunney's had a poor season compared to his standards. This could turn it into his best ever of 28 years, 30,000 reasons.
Oh, he gets to the back of Artie Ware, hits a marker tire. And he hits that marker tire too, going around second corner. So he is not slowing down, ladies and gentlemen. No sir.
You know, Curtis McMurtry still pedaling hard, hung up a little bit in traffic of his own right now. Nearing 9 minutes. Bill Tunney Jr. out there. Well, his son is down multiple laps, but he's getting a run out of his windshield of his dad trying to win it 2 years in his career of 28 starts.
Yeah, let's give Ben a shout out now. He's worked really hard. Unofficially, we have him in the 7th position now. Battled his way back from falling all the way down to 20. Oh, Bill, he's got a flat right front.
Bill,
a flat right front. He's got a pit. Curtis McMurtry has to get around him again.
Bill Tunney, it's exactly what he did not want to happen. Now Curtis McMurtry is going to go into the lead. Curtis is going to go into the lead. Bill Tunney had a flat tire. Again, battling with those cars, those back markers ran over, and the flat tires into pits, and now Curtis could be on his way to his second win. Curtis played it out. We'll watch for Bill Tunney, but Curtis senses blood now. Curtis McMurtry can taste it. And he's on his way, and he's got some laps in hand over Mark Harmon.
I knew hitting those marker tires would not be a good thing. And he hit them with the right side tires, and the right rear goes flat. And give the lead to Curtis McMurtry by a couple laps now. How fast, how long will it take? This race isn't over, ladies and gentlemen. There's something could still happen to the leader, to Curtis McMurtry. Here comes Wild Bill. Another lap, he goes down to McMurtry.
Curtis has got some cushion right now. He has cushion. Now look out, there's trouble in turn number 3.
The tire has come off. The 20, you got me the 33. We got a yellow now. I think the 33 of Doug Gregg has a tire come off. It is the left rear. And we are yellow with 7 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Unbelievable.
And Bill Tunney is one hot hornet right now. One hot hornet is Bill Tunney Jr. And Curtis has got a 3-lap lead now.
Wow, 3 laps, a little puncture. Wild Bill, Tunney Jr. And Curtis McMurtry, just like that, inherits the lead. And the field has shown 1 to go, 6 minutes and 23 seconds remaining. Wow.
Curtis wants him to cycle in behind him. Mark Harmon, well, that 35 car, we've seen it 1 year ago. Now we get ready to go on the gas. Curtis looks. Green goes back out. Curtis. Now Curtis wants to stay away from cars, sheet metal, loose debris. And Bill Tunney Jr. is going to have to turn off some quick laps here, or the money and the title is going to go out the window.
Unbelievable. Curtis McMurtry, now your leader, the 2002 World Figure 8 champion.
Curtis counting the clock down. Well, I don't know. Curtis, same position. Should he move over and let these guys go? That would buy off 3 or 4 more minutes till they can catch him again. Kenny St. John looks over the fence, trying to take it in for C.J. Rayburn tonight, and Kenny St. John is Curtis. And Curtis has got his fan base here on their feet. Bill Tunney's desperate now. The word, he is desperate. We're running out of time. Still scoring second though, ahead of Harmon. Wild Bill.
He needs to get around McMurtry an unprecedented amount of times in the shortest amount of minutes.
And while Bill Tunney Jr. is watching it go away with that flat tire, 4 minutes, 431 laps.
Well, we don't know what could happen. I mean, there's still a lot to happen here. Has Loving pulls in front of the leader. There's a little bit of sheet metal kind of pointing right at the right rear on the one machine. That could puncture a tire, you never know, but Curtis McMurtry maybe has lady luck looking down on him.
Well, he's got 3 laps in hand is what he's got. And that's a good cushion here this late.
Wild Bill on the bumper of Curtis.
Curtis would be very wise to let Bill Tunney go here. Does Curtis know exactly how many he's in hand with Bill Tunney? Curtis would be wise to let him go. Bill Tunney fishtails and he's driving it so hard. 4:35 this time in. Still, Mark Harmon has the third. And fishtails again now. He wants inside. He's got Curtis sideways, almost off two. Curtis surely knows Bill Tunney is down 3 laps.
Three minutes to go, under 3 minutes for Curtis McMurtry.
Curtis.
About 9 laps left, maybe 10. We'll count him down. 2:44 to go. Inside, Bill Tunney Jr. takes a peek, nothing going. Curtis roars ahead of him. Looking on the outside now, inside for Wild Bill. Oh, he gets into the side of him. The tire's okay. Wild Bill, desperate to get around the 1 car.
And Curtis should easily let him go around him. Now he's inside. Oh, another rough ride over a tire marker. That's rough riding. Bill Tunney's fought it all night. Desperate is the right word here.
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go, about 7 laps. Curtis highly protective of that inside groove now. Doesn't want to give Bruce any chance of trying to get inside of him.
And Curtis is behind a back marker. That's Robbie Loving. Inside, Curtis is not going to yield here in the final minute, 36 seconds. And he's got laps in hand. Curtis McMurtry's on his way to his second World Figure 8 Championship here, and $30,000 is what he's on his way to. Too many laps in hand is Curtis. Too many. He's on his way. Bill Tunney has been valiant. He has made it a whale of a run, but Curtis McMurtry is on his way, nearing 1 minute. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Indianapolis, Indiana. Get on your feet and take him home tonight. Take Curtis home tonight. Curtis McMurtry's on his way. He's on his way to his second World Figure 8 Championship. Again, he's not going to give any space to Bill Tunney. 37 seconds. Curtis is going to win this race, folks. The $30,000 is going to go to Curtis in our biggest, richest race ever. Curtis looking. Harmon is third. It's all coming down. 20 seconds. Curtis McMurtry looking. Count him on in tonight. Curtis to celebrate here. There he is. 8 seconds. Kenny St. John is going to come down through the pit lane because Curtis McMurtry is going to take him home. His 6th. First as an owner at the line. It doesn't matter. Curtis has got the win at the stripe. Curtis McMurtry. Folks, that's all I can say. You've just witnessed the greatest field and the biggest payday here in Speedrome history. Curtis McMurtry has got his second World Figure 8 title. And boy, is he going to be one happy camper. The other 27 plus our alternates, they're in the pit lane, disappointed, but could stand tall. But they made the show, gave it the effort, and have the memory to say that they ran in his 2006 World Figure 8 Championship. None happier, though, than Curtis McMurtry tonight in the number 1. There's the big trophy. Curtis. It's so symbolic. Number 1 on the car. And he's got him another number 1 in the World Figure 8 Championship history books. Bill Tunney Jr. so disappointed, but a whale of a run. And Mark Harmon, our highest out-of-towner finisher, another great run for Mark Harmon. Jonathan Bird.
All right, he can hear you, ladies and gentlemen. He's out of the car. Curtis McMurtry wins the 30th World Figure 8 Championship. Come on down here, Curtis. Come on down here, Curtis. Congratulations. What does it feel like to be a world champion?
It's incredible. I tell you what, I can't thank everybody enough that helped me out. Man, unbelievable. We pitted, didn't get any tires, just fuel, and the car was still real good. I don't know what happened to some of the other guys. We just ended up on top. I got to thank all the guys that helped me on the car. I can't thank all of them right now. Rick, Kent, Harold, King Kenny gets number 6. That's right. All right. And got to thank United Auto Sales, Bill Fry. He made it all happen. CJ Rayburn Race Cars, Kenny St. John. I'd like to thank Jeff Shackelford crew and the Mike St. John crew. They give us whatever we wanted, helped out. Just want to thank everybody involved. Thank all the fans for coming out tonight. Hope they enjoyed the race.
Well, Curtis, let me ask you, how did the timing of the pit stop affect your championship run tonight? It seemed to come a lot later than all the other front runners.
Just as we'd planned it. Exactly as we planned it. Come in, got 10 gallons, and went on. No tires.
What did you think of the pace of the race with all the cautions in the first 2 hours? Did that really affect? Was there a possibility that you weren't going to stop because you had such a lead and because of the fuel advantage you had?
No, we never thought that. We always had planned on coming in for at least fuel. We planned on coming in for tires, but the car was pretty good on no tires. Of course, it got pretty bad at the end, but I wish I had them. But I don't know. I'd like to thank all these guys. Thank everybody. Thank the Coens for giving us a chance to run for this kind of money. And I tell you what, unbelievable. Not many places you get to go and run for 30 grand.
Tell me, Curtis, there seem to be more close calls out there than any time that I can recall in the World Figure 8 Championship. How many close calls out there? I see a front bumper really bent back hard.
Oh, I'd say probably a dozen or so. And, they built me a tough race car, though. Good thing we had the front bumper. And I don't know. It's like all 3 hours. It's 180 minutes of chaos.
Let's talk about the last 8 minutes of chaos. And when you saw Bill Tunney Jr. have to pull off, when did you know that you were going to win?
Well, I didn't know for sure till the checkered flag flew because he was behind me and he was second on the board, so I didn't know if he was a lap down or not.
Very interesting. So you didn't know. You were racing him like that was the battle for the race when coming to the checkered flag.
Exactly right. No.
Let's go back to the red flag. Why didn't you go in for tires?
Well, good question. If we had it all to do over again and we knew something like that, we probably would have. But it all worked out. Bill got the break there because Bill pitted under that red there. And I don't know. It all paid off, so I don't know. Our strategy worked.
Are you proud to be a world champion? Let me hear it.
Real proud. It's the greatest. To get to run with Mike St. John and be teamed up with Kenny, some of the former world champions, it's an honor.
It's your second world championship. Can we count on you to be back next year to defend your World Figure 8 Championship to run for number 3?
Well, I won't say for sure right now. After the way I feel right now, I don't think I can walk home. So,
was this harder than your 2002 victory?
About the same. They're just real hard races, and I don't know. I feel real lucky to be here.
Your final thoughts about being the 2006 World Figure 8 champion?
I don't know. I'm pretty wore out and exhausted right now. It'll probably hit me a little later, but I knew coming into this race that it was big, and if we could somehow be fortunate to get the man upstairs to shine on us tonight, we'd be more than grateful.
All right, Curtis McMurtry, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, big round of applause for the World Figure 8 champion of 2006. He is Curtis McMurtry. McMurtry, the winner tonight at the Blossom Chevrolet Indianapolis Speedrome. Let's send it back upstairs.
Curtis McMurtry is our World Figure 8 champ of 2006. We thank all you folks at the Blossom Chevrolet Indianapolis Speedrome, all its ownership and employees for staging and producing our greatest race ever. For now, Curtis McMurtry stands alone with a trophy and the biggest check of Speedrome history. I'm Don Walker for Jonathan Bird from the Great Race Course in Indianapolis, Indiana. Good night, everybody.